Okay, are we ready? Energy. And of course, before we start, we always like to thank one of our patrons. And today, the patron shout out goes to Jana McDonald. Thank you very much for being a patron, subscribing, and enjoying the content that is placed in front of your eyes, which most people probably would despise or find offensive. So we appreciate that you stay there for the time that you have. And thank you very much.
Welcome to the Horror Hour.
We
all go a little mad sometimes.
get you. Here's Johnny. It's all understand him, you maniac!
Hello and welcome back to the Horror Hour, the place where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I'm one of your hosts, George, who is known by horrifying as George would be led in a backdoor pilot snuck into a popular series that never gets picked up because audiences didn't like his character. Yes, I did watch that live. I'm horrifying. Thank you. And also in the I'm joined by my fellow co-host. He can remember seeing a movie in a theatre in 1978, but he can't remember where his glasses are. It's Yutaka.
That's true, yeah.
And he'll tell you what he wants, what he really, really wants, which is probably a sausage roll. It's Liam. Hi. And
Hi.
finally, of course, he brings everyone so much joy when he leaves a room. It is David. Hi, David.
Hello, everyone, and finally I get to admit it after years of therapy. I am addicted to scat play. Yeah, because Nick was here last night, so...
Oh, Bill, good boys like Belgian chocolate.
Did he introduce it? Oh!
Wow.
But that's why the ass needs to be hairy, because I need to catch the dingleberries, like, like monkeys and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Well, if you hadn't guessed by the title, following Ryan Murphy's special recognition at the Golden Globes, what better week than to have an entire episode dedicated to something that you'd all been wanting for a while, and it is, of course, Scream Queens. So take a seat.
Season 1.
Yeah, season 1. Because that's the only season. Take a seat, let your balls and boobs free from their cages, and listen to us chat extra gay for the next 45 minutes.
Just lay it on my chin.
There you go. A free seat there offered by David. So the way we're going to split this up, we're going to talk some different topics and just try and weave our way through some various ones. We're going to talk our overall thoughts, what we thought of the cast, some of the best moments, what we wanted from season 2, what we actually thought about season 2, and what we think if there should be a future or not. So, I mean, let's just delve in. David, what were your overall thoughts when you entered the world of Scream Queens?
Well, listen, I was there when it first aired. I remember I was in college, and the thing for me was the promos for this show. If you remember them walking, it was the and then it was like the blowing the bubble gum, and then the mask would blow up, and then they would pop, and then the promo was so good. And then I remember there was one where she was like texting, and she was like texting and like walking, and then it was like blood was splattered on the promos were so good. And I just remember being upset because that was like off the heels of Coven, which was like in 2013?
2013.
And this was 2015 or something. Yeah. So it was like what's
Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts as
Chanel Oberon.
No.
As
Coven.
Oh my god.
Madison
Montgomery.
Madison Montgomery. So everybody was like, she's the, I mean, obviously besides Cordelia, she was like the standout of that show. Like everybody wanted more of her. So it was like smart that Ryan was like, okay, bitch, like let me, because that season was so campy, so ridiculous that it just made sense to just do something like that. And he's such a fan that you can tell he loves gay shit. You know what I mean? Because it's just
not Ryan Murphy.
Well, have you seen Nip Tuck? Anyways, I mean,
popular.
I feel like he was the reason for. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he had it in the back of his mind, but she was like the main reason for that show coming to full fruition. Because to me, the standouts of that show truly is Chanel, number one, and Denise Enfield.
Niecy
Like to
Nash.
me, those are the two
Niecy
standouts of that
Nash.
show.
Yeah.
Niecy Nash, the iconic Niecy Nash. Those two, every time they were on a screen, they would steal there was nobody else, and like it was just like on another level. So it just makes the show is so ridiculous because it's just like it pays homage to like classics, like especially what's seen with Jamie Lee Curtis in the shower.
Yeah,
that's one of my
Psycho.
favorite scenes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The fact that Jamie Lee Curtis did that is just like, come on. And so I love that, and it just pays homage to the classic shit, and it just the humor is so vile, so which is like I mean, come on, yeah. So for me, that's why it shocked me that it was on Fox. I thought it was like on some like FX, maybe HBO, like truly HBO, because the humor was like bordering. Like if it was a couple of years later, it really would have been like a problem. But that was like the years of like.
Wasn't Glee still on at this time, or did Glee just end? Glee just ended.
But the jokes,
had Glee ended?
Yeah.
Oh okay. yes, because because literally it ended, and then obviously Leah Michelle went straight from Glee to that.
Yeah. Thank God. But well, I mean, once they went to New York, anyways.
That was bad. Yeah.
Oh, except for that episode where they sang "Don't Speak," and he did the rendition of the acapella. Not the acapella, the acoustic version of Teenage Dream.
Yes.
That I can forgive. Okay. But other than that, please.
But what about Turkey Lurkey time?
Let's have a keke.
Hey, Adam, I was gonna say Adam Sandler. Adam LeVay singing "Marry the Night" was good when he's like hanging off the chandelier. I kind of like that. I thought.
Oh yeah, wasn't that also where Patty LaBelle? Demi Lovato wasn't she in that?
Yeah. It was Demi Lovato.
Yeah,
she was in the band with Kurt.
Oh, and Kate Hudson when she did Americana and Dance Again.
Yeah,
and she was like getting pulled across the floor. That was anyway.
Let's be honest. Every number Kate Hudson did in Glee.
9.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, Cinema Italiano. When she said that in 9, I like something comes over me. Anyways, but this is not about musicals.
No, this is your overall thoughts, and you've given quite a few over.
Yes, it's great. The humor is disgusting. I mean, if D Munch gets her way, we'll get fatties and ethnics. Like it's just like I died. Who? It takes a certain bitch to get away with saying some shit like that, and she just did that. Like, oh my god.
She's an icon.
It's perfection.
Chef's kiss. Okay, Liam, what about you then?
I mean, after David's opening monologue, I don't think there's really much I can.
He would too. He would.
A little Final Destination 3.
No, so this was my first introduction to Keke Palmer. Because we'd never really had anything in the UK with Keke Palmer.
Oh wow.
So because every time you have a conversation with an American and Keke Palmer's somehow brought up, it's always really the Americans always get really confused as to how we didn't like have her as like a known person, and we're like, well, yeah, she was never on anything here. But yeah, so it was my first introduction. So I loved her in it. But then I completely forgot she existed again because I never seen her again.
Okay. All right.
Until like what, like
don't say no.
Whenever she presented no, I didn't it wasn't that far. When did she present that? She presented that lockdown award show, didn't she? Was it MTV? MTV Music Awards?
That was like award show,
yeah. Like when she hosted that, I was like, oh yeah, that's that lass from Scream Queens again.
She's been in so many good, like, well,
I mean, I grew up with her on True Jackson VP. Like
Same.
That's where, I mean, that's like Nickelodeon, like, oh my god, the theme song alone is like everything. So I was, and also Aquila
and the Bee, yes,
and Medea's Family Reunion. Oh my.
I forgot about that.
We don't get Medea stuff over here.
Where Medea beat the
George won't relate to this.
Pop that girl. Pop, or not
because
pop that girl. Pop that girl.
George had money.
Oh,
so George probably's had Nickelodeon growing up. I never did.
Wasn't it available to everyone?
No, it wasn't, George. It was on the most expensive.
Oh, really?
It was on the most expensive cable. Well, our version of cable.
So you didn't get to see the Amanda show.
Satellite. No.
Amanda, please.
Yeah. Liam was the
Nickelodeon and Disney were like, as George's mother would say, the common folk. We didn't get that. We had basic telly, which was channels 1 to 5.
Yeah, Tracy B.
And then if you jiggled the aerial a little bit, you could get a channel called Sky One.
And did you get BBC?
Ooh,
well, that was channel 1.
I gotcha.
How's your head, Liam? That was the joke.
No, Father Mark was white.
Ooh,
this took a turn.
Again, you're now doing a monologue after David's monologue.
I know, sorry. Yeah, I loved it. I love everything about it. The Chanel's amazing.
She was your favorite character?
Seeing Abigail Breslin.
Yeah.
Chanel
like,
5.
because it was like our first, like, I'm a grown-up kind of role. Loved it. Yeah.
Okay.
So did you have vagina in your teeth, or did you take them off after? Teeth in your vagina. Vagina in your teeth.
Damn.
Ooh, that turned into a lesbian real quick.
Jesus. Yutaka, what about you then?
I'll keep it short and simple. I fucking loved it. Dean Munch was hilarious.
Like you?
Yep. Sure. Anyways, but I enjoyed the Psycho reference. I really I loved Nick Jonas, even though the queer baiting us all, but him laying in bed with Glenn Powell.
Why is his penis hard? Yeah.
Again, you're right. Well, how could that be in prime time at the time?
It's Fox. Like, these are shows. There were shows that were like, oh my god, ha ha ha, the laugh track, and like, girl. That's why I thought it was going to be on FX.
So at least, the kills were very good too. So I overall had a blast with it, and I think that is my first introduction, though. I think to Niecy Nash. No, Reno 911. Yep. Sorry, I had to take that back.
Wow, that was the deepest.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean.
I don't think I've ever heard something that.
Yes, Reno 911, because I forgot that that was a good show. But yeah, I really loved her in that role, and I can't recite the enforcement solutions thing.
Reinforcement solutions.
Or whatever, like when she's like, you can call this number and they will text me. I loved that. But yeah,
like, my phone got cut off, so you can't like. It's just she steals every scene that she's in. It's like hilarious.
Yeah, I cannot get over how much I remember like watching that. Because I'm old, like David. Oldish. Sorry. Watching it from like week to week, and that was like, for me, that was some primetime television. I loved it.
It was the best.
It was
the best.
Just so good. I don't even remember. I must have like known it was coming out, because obviously I was really into American Horror Story and stuff, but I just remember, I think I watched the trailer about 20 times. Like, it was the right amount of like I just remember the opening bit with Jamie Lee Curtis where she's like, I've got to be honest, I hate sororities and I hate you. Like, I was just like, this is just, and she's just sat there with sunglasses, like, so good. And yeah, I really appreciated like all of the callbacks to lots of stuff in horror, because American Horror Story was very much its own thing and creating its own thing, whereas this felt it was its own thing but really had a lot of nostalgia with other horror stuff, which I think made it so good. And I was a huge fan of Emma Roberts. I mean, I found Emma Roberts in Scream 4, surprise, and obviously American Horror Story cover.
That was the first time you saw Emma Roberts?
What? Yeah, not Wild Child.
Oh shit, yeah, but actually I think I watched Scream 4 first and was like, who is this actress? And then I watched Wild Child, and then
she used to be on this show on Nickelodeon. Oh fuck, I forgot the show on Nickelodeon. But she used to be on a show on Nickelodeon that it was like high school. She was like awkward, like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I'll look it up eventually.
She's about to be on a new show on Hulu too.
Oh,
I love her. I think she's great.
With the guy who played Lucifer,
Tom Thingo from the UK.
The British guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
from the rom-com.
Oh. I mean, I loved her in Holiday, so anyway. But yeah, I just loved it, because I was always been obsessed with like American universities and fraternities, and because we don't have them over here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if we did,
like
I would
frat X, like you never
like. Let me tell you, let's go.
George, let's be honest. You're not getting into a frat unless it's for hazing and they're using you as the doll.
Oh, girl.
Every
That got blown
semester,
out.
let's do.
Now, hold on, Liam, you forget. His parents have money. They'll let him in the frat.
Oh yeah, he'll pay for the parties.
Yeah, but I'll get the.
He's
root
buying
beer.
the kegs.
Yeah, the kegs. That's what they are. I don't
Root beer.
know. I don't know what the kids in America drink these days. Isn't it like Kool-Aid? Woo. So yeah, I would
Kool-Aid?
say
What the fuck is this, Jonestown?
don't drink the Kool-Aid. I would have. But yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
I loved it. There's not much more I can say because
Okay, no.
everything's sort of been said. But it's obviously the first series is just so iconic, so many moments, and I say great cast. So talking about that, I want to know then from you guys, who did you like? Who didn't you like? Is there anyone you thought could have maybe been added in there? David?
I mean, was it Oliver Hudson? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I mean, well, he's never played a character that I've liked. He's just been in He's just been in things that I've really liked, like Black Christmas.
Yeah,
like so like he was. I understand his character. Like I understand his character is like the dad and all, But I'm like, okay, bring the bitchiness back. Like bring that in. But yeah. I understand why he was there. But it was just like, and also, what's her name? I always forget her name. That she was stuck in 1980, 1990. What is it?
Oh, Nasim Pedrad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. She used to be on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, Gigi.
Yes.
Yeah, she was so much fun. So just because I mean, I just love the like a mystery as
Mm-hmm.
But she was so ridiculous. Like everything about this, it just seems like a hallucination almost, because it's just like, how is the show made? But it just makes so much sense. But I mean, obviously, to me, Chanel #1 is like the best. Yeah. But I remember when I sing Ariana Grande's seeing her scene, the whole thing play out, I was like, oh. And when they're doing the blood oath, you don't get STDs from blood oaths, you get them from drinking the water in Mexico. Like, it's like so just Ariana just being like, just like her, that
yeah,
the doe eye, just I feel like everybody was just so perfectly cast. And at the time, I don't know why, but it was like, Ariana Grande's in this. Like I just couldn't. Yeah. And I know she was an actress, obviously. I was just like, why Ariana? But then seeing the whole scene play out, I was like, oh, bitch, because that was during the transition where she was like turning into like the whole, the aesthetic.
Yeah,
like the high pony, super skinny, just like soft, So it just made perfect sense.
But I did love that scene. The whole.
Yeah,
and then she just dives in percent.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this show is for a certain audience. Like it truly.
Yeah.
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 Because explaining this to a straight man, it's just like, what? Like I just remember showing this to a straight friend of mine, and he was just like, I'm watching this because you like it, right? And he was because he just could not grasp the fact that this was happening. And it was just so funny to me to watch him be confused. Oh my God, it's the best.
Because this was high camp. Like this was
very, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And also the color palette, I loved. Oh my God, the fashions.
The maze during the Halloween episode.
Oh yeah.
The white pumpkins.
Oh my God.
And
yeah.
I lost my mind. I lost my mind because the aesthetic of the white pumpkins, and she's just like,
they should have won like an Emmy or something for like set design and stuff like that.
Oh my God, Chanel. Oh my God, when she's walking fast with the feathers, they're like shaking.
Yeah.
She's like,
it's so good. I mean,
sorry, Kappa doesn't participate in the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like it does now.
Also, oh my God. I mean, Emma Roberts made this show, in my opinion, because can we talk about one of my favorite scenes? I'm just gonna kind of jump to this because I forgot to mention this, but I love that she's taking that test and the teacher's like, Chanel. She's like, what? You're cheating? No, this is my Asian. I lost it. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Yep, it's math. I get it. I mean, I really don't, but because I can't do math. Yeah.
I've never gone to
The
math.
Caucasian side brings him down.
Yeah.
Yes. But I did. I really love that humor, and she sold it. Like,
I like all the Chanels, like they all those girls had like something different. They didn't feel like you were seeing the same, character. They were all so different. And then I loved she was only, I loved seeing Nick Jonas, that was great. But then there was what was the name? Was it the maid, Agatha Bean?
Oh,
and there's the bit
God.
where she's like, Agatha, let's hit it. And then she like runs after it. She's like, Agatha, let's hit it. Like she brought like
not sorting the trash.
Yeah.
I was like,
but no, you told me to wash the floor with this Barbie toothbrush.
It's just
you can't get away with some shit like that. Like it is so ridiculous.
No, like
like
when she was asking Miss Bean to recite that monologue is like when George recites that monologue from Precious. You just can't do that.
What? I know nothing about birth and no babies. What are you talking about, Chanel?
It was they were all. It was just that, I think that's what added to it. Is it was just so well cast that
like,
it
who
just
wrote the show?
Billie
like,
Lourd.
Yeah,
was such a surprise.
That was the first time I saw her actually in anything.
Yeah, same.
I want to say I think okay. I mean, Ryan Murphy did. Oh, he wrote.
Was it Brad Falchuk too?
Yeah, Brad Falchuk wrote.
Ian Brennan.
I forgot who Ian Brennan was, but I mean, they wrote at least the first season. I think all three of them were writers.
Yeah,
I don't know about the second season.
Oh, that makes
Ryan
sense.
Murphy wrote 8 episodes. Ian Brennan wrote 13 of the episodes, and Brad Falchuk is credited as writing 13 episodes.
Yeah, so I think they were around the first season, but I don't know who wrote
the second. And Liam, go on then. Anyone for you in the cast then that you liked or?
I mean, Niecy Nash as always.
Yeah,
Reno 911, amazing. Nassim Pedrad, the lassie from Saturday Night. She wasn't Saturday Night Live, wasn't she?
Yeah, because she played Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah,
yes. Yeah, she was hilarious. Okay, Emma Roberts. Even though Lea Michele is obviously an illiterate, awful person, she played Hester well, like allegedly.
She did.
Yeah,
he was good.
She looked good.
Yeah. I did obviously put that question in. Is there anyone? I did say, is there anyone you would get rid of or like swap? I would swap Grace. Skylar Samuels.
Yes,
not a good actress.
No, I didn't. She was the weakest of the bunch for me.
I wouldn't say she was the weak.
She was trying to give, but she gave nothing.
Oh, well, I feel like that was her character, though.
Yeah,
she was supposed to be very like soft,
but no, because there was quite a lot of jokes written in there. That if a better actress had that stuff,
who would have you cast?
Would have made the jokes work.
Well, I think also
I didn't
because
think that far ahead.
Oh,
all I'd thought was I don't like her.
I think it's because of who she was playing off against, because I don't think she also worked well. Like her and Diego Boneta, her and Grace and Pete had no chemistry in my opinion. None.
No.
Now if
there's a similar age.
I would watch.
That would have been
hot.
That would have been a good one.
Like if she walked in and seen him getting plowed by the dad.
That could have been
peak Ryan Murphy, if you ask me personally. But that's
well, wait, Ryan Murphy directs family TikTok.
I wouldn't put it past him at this point.
No, he directs Mormon boys.
Y'all better check Gay says fun size boys or something.
And I was thinking about, if there was someone you can add, and obviously, and we'll talk about season 2. Like if there'd been a season 2, and I know David's thoughts on what he would have liked for season 2, which I agree with. And I think if there'd been a season 2 that they could have, or even in season 1, if we would have seen more of the old Kappa Kappa cow, because I think it should have been like Heather Langenkamp, Adrian Kelly, Linda Blair, like all these old Scream Queens.
You know who I would have loved? Oh, I hope she's doing okay.
Lisa Marie Presley.
No. Prue, Charmed. Oh,
Jesus.
you know, I was gonna do it, make a post a joke. Never mind. I know. After hours. Anyways, Prue from Charmed.
Shannon Doherty. Oh, Shannon Doherty would have
Shannon Doherty.
She would have been great.
She fits perfectly in that. I mean, come on, Heather. I mean, come on. But it's just the aesthetic of her being in that show just would have made the perfect sense to me. Like, it would have been
Michelle Gellar, but as like a Daphne type character. Like when she was just Daphne, I could see her
I would have rather her played a bit. I'd rather her play Catherine. If she would ever be on that show, like, it has to make sense for the show.
Yeah,
like, I know we all love Sarah Michelle Gellar.
But I just don't know if that. I would say now
she would have to be a bitch.
Shannon Doherty. You know, do you remember when Tori Spelling had her show with the one guy? He was in Heroes. He was Scott or Siler or whatever.
Disick? Oh.
No,
Zachary Quinto.
Yes, so it was a show called So Notorious, and it was kind of a spoof of her life, and like he played her gay best friend. It was pretty funny. And the way that like they just were making fun of her and she was taking it. I just feel like she could have been good in that show as well.
She's taking a lot.
See that?
Yeah. Did you have anyone, Liam?
With all them kids, she should be taking a lot.
I figured out who I would replace Grace with, though.
Go on.
Emma Stone. No,
Emma Roberts.
Okay, now. Emma Stone. Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
I don't know.
She plays because she. Well, yeah. No, that was before La La Land.
It was 2018. Was that? Sorry.
Yeah.
It was when she was still doing like a couple of like the comedy stuff. I think she could have played like because she could have played Grace straight, because she can play people like straight, but then she can flip into saying things in a funny manner.
I've got somebody who might be a bit controversial who could have played that
Banks.
role.
Who?
Catherine McPhee.
Catherine McPhee.
Yeah,
as
I
a
could see
college
that.
student.
Horrible.
Back when that
college
came
student
out?
in the House Bunny.
Yeah.
That was in 2000 and what, 9?
Was it?
She's about 40.
I don't understand math.
Oh.
Well, listen, Diana Ross was playing Dorothy. What was it? She was 40 when she played was it in the
but Catherine McPhee still looks very young. I mean, even to this day. I think at that time,
maybe Anna Kendrick.
Ooh,
yeah, maybe one of the girls from Pitch Perfect would have fitted in.
I mean,
Anna Camp.
Excuse me.
Anyway, so let's move on to best moments.
I like Anna Camp.
I just don't know names,
isn't she?
Bitch, give me a second. Yeah. Well,
he's trying to pull it up. Calm down.
He's trying to pull it up.
Not pull it up.
Oh no, it's up. But anyway. Oh yeah, she was good. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, because that's interesting. That's just somebody that needs to be able to deliver the lines properly. It doesn't even have to be, because that's the point. Like the main attraction is the Chanels. Everybody else is just like
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Backups.
But Grace could have been a good. If they'd cast a better actress with Grace, I think Grace could have been a good
go between
back and forth, because they did. Keke Palmer was a good back and forth with the Chanels when she was allowed to be.
Kind of like with Think that I still have to edit. The menu. What's her name? She was going back and forth with the restaurant.
Anna Taylor.
Like, she wasn't a bitch, but she was like able to hold her own with him.
Yes.
Yeah, she
like that kind. That's what I'm looking. You know what I mean? That's what you need.
Yeah,
she's still
that
nice.
was such a good scene too. I mean,
I'm not hungry. What food? Woo! Like very, like very.
Yeah, so good.
When she clapped, I was like, oh,
yeah, it was.
I can clap.
You've got it, haven't you?
The clap.
So let's move on. Speaking of the clap, let's move on to our best moments in. And we've kind of we've sort of dripped a few in over the time. Some of them that I had, I mean, Chanel-a-ween, obviously.
Oh my
That's
God,
one of the
amazing.
best things ever.
Just
With
perfection in entirety.
that awful background music too.
Yeah. Just the whole video.
The
I
free
watch
YouTube
it.
library music.
I watch it the 1st of October every year because it's just it's so
amazing.
Start was so good. Ariana's death scene I loved. And yeah, like just anything that Niecy Nash did as well. All her scenes she was in were just like that. And it was in the trailer where she's like screaming. She's like, I forgot is it Chantel? She's like, why have you got
why you got a knife in your throat?
It's just like it's so good. So that's one of my favorites.
That's what Scream 4 should have done.
Yes,
honestly,
instead
if you're gonna go there.
Fuck Bruce Willis, yeah. What about you, David? Any scenes or moments that pop out to you that we haven't sort of made mention?
I mean, we talked about this on a previous episode, but Taylor Swift death scene is hilarious. And also just any scene with the bitch with the candles when they're at the dinner table and she's just like pouring the wax and they're all talking and they're just doing and she just casually it is like it's just so stupid. I'm just like, bitch, I would have been like, girl, but
when they flipped her, when she was just like, oh, Chanel has all these candles in her closet. Show me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the first episode, because the first episode was, if I'm not mistaken, like an hour something. It was like
it was
a long,
longer.
Hour and a half, 2-hour episode. I think it was a 2-episode premiere.
Yeah, and that beginning, boom, 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 psh, and it's just like the throwback, and then it just goes for the way they show the body in the tub, and then it just everything about it, just the beginning and of just introducing everybody is just. Oh my God! Who's taking all these bodies? Like it's just, yes. It is hilarious. Just I don't think. I mean, for me, on standout is just the maze. Like that was something that I always go back to because it's just so good. And Portia on number 5. Yeah, they put that bitch through in it. Oh my God, when she's in the closet with and they attack her.
Roderick.
I'm so bad with names, yo.
Roderick, something like that, something stupid and white.
Well, and he gets killed. Oh, with what was that weapon that in the closet? The nail gun. And she, thank God, I thought she would, because they were putting her through so much. I was like, girl, just die, because they're putting you through it in life. I'm like, just poor thing, girl. But yeah.
It was Roger and Dodger. Yeah. That's who it was.
Roger and Dodger.
Thank you. Roger and Dodger.
Oh my God. Oh, that they were YouTubers that famously came out and then disappeared.
In real life?
No, not like disappear like dead, but like,
No, I meant in like they were
never seen again
in real life.
Denise Richards.
And I don't think we'll ever see Denise Richards again.
Yeah, oh my God, I forgot what was their names that I saw. They called their dad.
You are correct.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. And because that was at the time where everybody was coming out and getting.
Oh God, so many. Not that it's a bad thing, but man,
I think we should make a coming out video.
Oh my God, let's do one.
I'll stop crying.
Dad, I'm gay.
Go on then, Liam. Any moments for you that stand out at all? Oh, that we haven't mentioned?
Ones that we haven't mentioned. I really like the end where Hester has just like created this whole lie, and like she has obviously like fake parents, and then she like pays off Chanel number 5's Chanel number 5's parents, and like it is her actual parents, and they're just like, yeah, she's a fugly bitch, like, yeah, we'll throw her under the bus and say that she's not our child. Like that whole, like, that is like a 10-minute long scene, and it's just hilarious from start to finish. And especially when like you've got Niecy Nash in the corner, like, I knew it.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't know it, but it's great.
Oh, when she like the whole thing with the stiletto in the eye too.
Like, yeah, the deaths were everything in this show. I mean, the deep fryer scene alone.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what was it that I didn't know deep frying her will kill her. Something like she like. My God, so good.
Series?
I also liked any
of
the scenes between Glenn Powell and Chanel.
Yeah, they were really good. With the goat.
Yeah. With the goat.
Where's your goat in your bed?
Oh my god! And his kink with like
the dead
bitches.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah, he was freaky, but yeah. Oh my god, he was so good at playing like that.
But I'd get freaky with
like
him.
That. Oh,
come on!
What happened to
I have to admit, even though Top Gun Maverick was terrible,
well, you're
getting to look at him running around with no top on was quite enjoyable.
Oh yeah, we do.
You enjoy well, it's of your time.
Yeah,
that's true. Very.
It was very full,
it's of his time. It's also very
like, homoerotic.
If someone started to sing the America
Please
Fuck Yeah song from South Park, I wouldn't think it was out of place.
Yeah.
Please rise for the national anthem. Open up the safe, bitches got a lot to say.
Honest to God. Yutaka, what about you then? Any other moments? I mean, it's basically the whole series, really.
I think, again, it's just so much fun. I honestly, if you haven't seen Scream Queens, I can't talk now. It's so worth it. The first season, fuck off. The first season, so worth it. Like, it's on Hulu. It's just so much fun. Like, again, like you said,
horror
David,
fans,
you can't. You could not do this today and get away with some of the writing.
Let's try.
It's so fantastic, and just eat the soundtrack, the fashions, the kills. Just I do. I love everything about it.
I genuinely wish that they would just like, as iconic as it is, I wish they would just cancel or just like be done with American Horror Story.
Yes.
And bring back Scream Queens on
Absolutely.
FX. And I feel like it would just be a perfect segue.
Well, there isn't horror. It would go on Hulu.
Oh, well, you know what I mean.
There isn't an FX anymore.
Yeah.
No, there still is.
I mean, over here, I have my cable.
Yeah, in the US.
It's gone here.
Oh, yeah, it's still here.
But I know what you mean.
They closed all of them channels down.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you could get away with it on Hulu. I mean,
yeah. Well, and they gave everybody that hope, like, we're taking back the Instagram handle and all this, and they changed, and then nothing fucking happened.
Well, wait a minute, wait a minute, hold on.
I know. There's time.
So I wouldn't know then. Well, I know,
but she just booked a new series on Hulu, and so I'm like, well, that stinks.
Hopefully, it gets canceled. Anyways,
maybe. I know that David said a lot about what he wants from this, but like, if you haven't heard before, like, so what did everyone like briefly expect from season 2 when they announced, hey, we're coming back? David?
I basically wanted a Simpsons where it's just like nobody changes. Nobody ages. Everybody, there's still 17 years of college and all that shit. And the Chanels are still there miraculously. Everybody's dying. There's new recruits every year, every season. Yeah, it could be like popular girls of whatever, of the time that we're living in, whatever, that could come in and be cute and get chopped the fuck up.
Yeah, lots of cameos. Whatever the kids would have been great.
Oh, like an Addison Rae, and get like
Jenna Ortega, like people like that now would have been.
Just to see Addison Rae getting annihilated would be hilarious. She's always like, I'm like, but yeah. So
die.
Very that. But just seeing them come, Dean Munch is still there. She can, she can come in and she can do her cute little, But just to see them all stay there and just trying to solve who it is, and every season is a new killer. Yeah. Hilarious. That I feel like instead of changing the scenarios, because the vibe just sits perfectly in a sorority, like in a college setting.
Yeah,
it just fits perfectly.
You know who would have been a great guest star? And they would have done it. I totally feel like it, because they also had their own show on Fox at one point.
Bill Cosby?
Ooh. No, he was on CBS.
Oh, gotcha.
Octavia Spencer.
Oh my God.
Would she not have been a great
She would have been murdered.
She would have been. She would have had so much fun with it. Because I feel like she would have been incredible.
Not again.
I couldn't watch that episode.
I'm just saying, she would have been a great guest star. I truly would have been like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, like a counselor, like a counselor coming in to check on Dean Munch. Oh my god! Oh,
it would have
wow.
been
Oh, that's
fantastic.
good. That is good. Yeah, yeah.
Or
like
like
I don't have
even-
good ideas every time, guys, but that I feel like that was a good one.
If they could have got like temporary rights to like certain horror characters and stuff, like even her playing Ma,
Ma
like,
shows up.
at the party, and it's like Chanel's versus Ma.
Oh my god!
That's
naked girl.
like there's
that. I mean, come on.
Maybe they still could. Like I say, I think there's so much room for it.
Don't rule out a Ma 2 sequel. She would be they still occasionally talk about it.
As they should.
She was so good. And she even talked about having so much fun with making that movie. So I'm like, oh, girl, get into it.
It was well, I want to know them briefly. Obviously, we've kind of we do say we're like talking about Scream Queens season 1. I kind of want to know from all of you then, what was it about season 2 that just fell flat for you, David?
I feel like it was just like they were trying to make season 1 in a different setting and just trying a little bit too hard with the new cameos and the thing. What's her name? God rest her soul, but she's dead. What's her name?
Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
Call back to Cheers. Anyways, but
I like that.
It was just like trying to be. It was almost like bordering on too ridiculous, where it just didn't make sense for the setting that it was in. Whereas like
swamp thing, I was like,
the swamp thing, whereas like with season
the demon
1,
hand.
Whereas season 1, what was ridiculous was the dialogue, but the kills and the chase scenes and everything about it was actually like it was scary. Like there were scenes that were actually like pretty like ooh. Whereas like this one was like there was no build up, where it was just like trying to be funny and at everything.
And Keke Palmer was severely underused.
Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah. It was. I feel like it was just that. I feel like if
she was in season 2.
There's your answer.
Wait, are you being serious? Yes, Liam, she was.
Yes,
being facetious, dear.
I honestly, I did not
remember.
I did not realize she was in.
Oh, she was captured and she was at the bottom of another well, and it was Taylor Lautner's mom that had her kid. It
was just a bit too ridiculous, where it just didn't even. They were just trying to out ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it was just like it defeated the purpose of that good mystery, like who done it, like what's going on.
Way overly
season
complicated.
1 was so good. Yeah, it was too complicated. Where it was season 1, it was like you know what's happening, somebody's trying. But season 2 was like they were trying to subplot and I'm like, okay, relax, calm down. And it was just I don't know, it just didn't fit. It just didn't make sense.
There was one gag though that I did like in season 2, and that was that you find out Chanel number 5. Well, aside from having the teeth down there,
spoilers.
That she was actually smart.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. She's like, I did pass. I didn't cheat. We all didn't cheat. Number 5.
Yeah, and there were some chase scenes. There was a chase scene with, oh my god, it was in the hospital. I forgot who was getting chased. Fuck. That's all long. But somebody was getting chased, and I remember there was a chase, and I was like, "Oh, that was pretty good." But it was just like everything else was just like,
nah.
Yeah,
I vaguely remember a chase scene in season 2.
Yeah, that was really good actually.
I feel like it was Billie Lourd.
Probably, I can't tell you. That's how
I'm gonna. That's like season 2 was just not memorable at all. I will say, again, I do like Kirstie Alley when she does certain things, but I would have.
I thought dead. Gorgeous.
Yes. Or when she did Fat Actress.
Oh my god.
That was a funny show. She like was just poking fun at her own weight. Have you it was just she wrote it, directed it, and okay. Anyway.
Is it as good as The Comeback?
Yes. It actually ran for 2 seasons on Showtime, and people were like, Kirstie Alley's back, but nobody watched
Want some more comeback?
Yeah, it was because like Leah Remini and Kirstie Alley would have fights on the show.
Oh, I love Leah Remini. Oh, yeah,
she would have been good. Oh, she would have been.
Oh yeah, that attitude.
Weird. Wasn't Kirstie Alley a Scientologist?
No, I'm not talking about Kirstie Alley. I'm talking
about... she was.
Yeah, she was. So she believed that.
So how was Leah Remini in the show?
This was before Leah Remini had her. This was like
before she excommunicated.
Yes, this was all before that. Yeah.
Listen, Tom had some great ideas when I met him, and I just like to maybe share some with you right now.
George is the reason Tom wasn't at the Golden Globes.
Yeah, he was here. Anyway, okay then. I want to ask you that. I mean, I think I know the answer to this. Obviously, it's a surrounding yes, but I want to know like a quick few quick little things of what you'd want to see. So, David, should it come back? What do you want to see? Tell me.
It should absolutely come back. The writing, but they cannot shy away from the humor. That's what made season one. I understand that we live in a world where everybody's afraid to say a joke, but I feel like if you just stand your ground and say, this is the show, this is not reality, people, it's a TV show. I feel like they could just do that and just make it a mystery, like make it a whodunit. Like that's what works for the show. Like just a big campus once the sun comes down, and they just like the parties and the hot characters that die. Give me that. Yeah, but the humor has to be there. The humor isn't there. They're like, well, it's a different time. Then leave it there. Then just that's it. We had a season one, and that's it. But if you're gonna commit to the humor, give it. Oh yeah, give it to me. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Liam.
Yes, obviously, come back, please. I'm not of the same mind as David. I was at the time.
Most people are.
I was at the time of season one. That I did want the same thing as David, but now I would want it different. I would want it slightly different. I don't think you could believably watch Billie Lourd and Abigail Breslin as college students anymore. Emma Roberts could still probably pull it off because she's somehow still looks 16. But I think
some adults return to college
a little bit. Well, they do, but I think I would still want it in a college setting. I would just want somehow for them still to be there.
Maybe like the house mother,
but possibly, yeah.
The mother of the house sororities.
Like they just refuse to leave and they live in a room upstairs. Yeah, like 40.
Yeah, I could accept that. I could accept that. I just don't want them to be like, oh, they're still college students. Like they're still they're still 18 or whatever age you go to college. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those of us who do go to college.
Yutaka, what about you then?
I went to college, you cheeky bitch.
I didn't say no name. I did not.
I've been as well.
A hit dog will holler, honey, because I didn't say nobody's name.
I didn't say anything either. I actually didn't. No. If it came back, just same as season one in a sense. Just have fun with it. Like really go to that campy level. And if you have,
don't make it stupid.
Chad and Boone can totally hook up at least once. Give us that. Yeah, we deserve it.
Yeah,
they probably did.
But yeah, I just
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I would love it to come back in and kind of reinvent itself, but still have all that stuff. But I just worry. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I worry that Ryan Murphy has lost it at times. With some of his, like when you look at American Horror Story, I know it's been going for a while and it's like trying to, like that's dead. It's been dead for a while. Like, but then obviously Dharma was a huge success. Like, but can he do comedy horror the way he used to be able to do it?
I don't think we know. He hasn't done anything as of recent.
Well, no, but I mean, American Horror Story used to be that, but like he's never managed to do anything.
American Horror Story was never like comedic, really.
You just had like a few people that
because
were funny.
Well, the thing is like, especially when everything was coming out with it was like from the creators of Glee and American Horror Story.
Yeah,
it's like that's like the middle.
Yeah,
that's where it comes.
In the middle of it.
So that makes sense. But I don't know.
I did just have an idea while we were talking.
Go on.
And someone trying to take over from Chanel, Sophie Turner.
Oh yeah, she was great in that.
I don't do cocaine.
Yes. Oh my god, you know
I don't even know what it looks like.
You know who I would like to see? I don't know if she can sing though. That Carpenter girl, that petite little girl,
Sabrina Carpenter.
There we go.
Isn't she is a singer?
She is. She's the reason what's her name got big.
I don't follow. I don't follow.
She took Olivia's man. who then had to come out.
That's what she did.
LGBTQ because he was getting bullied.
Hold up. Who did she still? She saw Olivia Rodrigo's man.
So Olivia was with Joshua Bassett. Then Joshua supposedly got with Sabrina Carpenter, and that's what Driver's License is about. Because originally it was you're with that blonde girl, but then she changed it to, I know she was Brown House anyway. Yeah, so that's who it's about. And then she released a song, and he released a song. It was all just money making marketing.
It was like when Camila Cabello and
my god! But now he shaved his head.
Bassett.
Yeah,
High School Musical, the musical, the series.
What?
High School Musical, the musical,
I'm
the
in
series.
my 30s.
But yes, George isn't mentally.
So anyway, on that note, guys, I want to know in the comments below, how much did you love Scream Queen Series 1? What did you think of Series 2? Did you enjoy Series 2? If so, what did you like about it? Do you want it to come back? Yeah, I mean that was
the only thing that was. Yeah, but all that's what got me excited. It was the color was like the teal with the background, and then just
and they had and they had
like
all of like the hats, and they were dressed
and
as
the little
nurses. They looked great.
Oh yeah,
but then it just was let down. But American Horror Story is great promos, and then it's never as good as the actual. So, but let us know in the comments.
A running theme, if you will.
Yeah, it is what you'd like to see if it was to come back, any cameos and blah blah blah. We'd love to hear from you. And speaking of that, if you'd love to, stay in contact with us, you can follow us on social media. We're at the Horror Hour TV on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to see how deep these conversations go, why not stick around and head to our Patreon, where things unwind and unfold at a
or you can come on my back. Yeah.
Yeah. All for just starting at $1. So that's how cheap David is. So
$1 make you holla.
Of the angel.
Oh,
fly away.
We're dedicating this episode to Lisa Marie tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great week. Bye.
My God.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.